Hey guys, MC Murah here, and today we're gonna have a discussion about Street Fighter 6. I wanted to make it more of a discussion than like an edited video, like POV video, where I'm just straight up going to the point. I really wanted to discuss this because I found it to be pretty interesting. Like the situation in general with Street Fighter 6 is pretty interesting. I want to talk about rank and especially like the MR system. And don't worry, this is not one of these. The MR system sucks. It's not one of those, but it's just general thoughts on like what is on our hands right now. So Street Fighter 6 recently just had a major update. It had a major balance patch, right? It changed many of the characters, but here's the thing, I can't help but feel like in general the level of excitement isn't that high. Maybe it's just me, but it felt like people were more into the game when we first like introduced Akuma and we had like the first big kind of shake up to Street Fighter 6. Now let's take a look at the Steam charts for Street Fighter 6. And the Steam charts, the numbers, they're actually amazing. When you take a look at the game right now, 27k peak players, that's actually incredible, especially if we compare it like year to year. Like let's say in November right now, we're talking about 13.8k. Let's round it up to 14. That is 2024. If we compare it to 2023, it was 11k. So the game is growing. Like the player count actually increased year over year. That's actually amazing. That you love to see it. But here's the thing, I do think that Japan is a very big reason, especially on Steam. I feel like Japan is a very big reason that the game is flourishing, especially like raw numbers on Steam. Because I don't think people realize just how big Street Fighter 6 is in Japan, right? And even like Street Fighter 6 YouTube. So here we got like this is Brian F channel. Brian F is probably the biggest English speaking Street Fighter channel right now. And the videos are averaging like amazing numbers. Typically we're talking like 20, 30, 40, 50k for like Street Fighter 6 videos, which is absolutely fantastic, right? But then you check out Mago, which is like obviously like one of the Japanese gods of fighting games. And take a look at Mago. 8 hours ago, 44k, 103, 120, 250, 230, 192. The numbers, like the Japanese YouTube is massive. Japanese Street Fighter 6 is massive. And it's just incredible to just get reminded by how big and how successful the game is over there. It's not a popular fighting game. It's a popular game by the Steam. Like this is for any game. These are insane numbers, right? Oh my god, that's actually wild. That's like Mago's number dwarfs Brian F, and Brian F is like the most popular or the most viewed, I think, YouTube channel, English speak at least. Him and Broski probably, right? But that's crazy. And I've been thinking about like why is that the case? Why do at least me personally feel like there is a little bit of a lack of excitement? Although I do think the patch direction, the direction we're going in is actually really good. Capcom kind of kept to their word. They said that they're gonna be more on hand with patches, and they've been doing that. They've been patching the game more often. We had a mini patch with Terry, we had obviously the patch with Akuma, and then we had this patch, the one in December. So yeah, we're talking like 2-3 patches a year. That is more than they did in the prior season, right? So that's I do think, and the direction of the patches themselves I do think is pretty good. They're nerfing some characters, but they don't overdo it. And if a character got nerfed too much, like say JP Luke, Capcom, they're not that ignorant. Like they're willing to like, all right, maybe we nerfed JP too much. Maybe he actually needed that anti-air. Maybe Luke needed a little bit more damage. they don't mind walking back some of the changes and like rebuffing some of these characters. I think what they're doing right now is some characters they just want to see them competitive, others they are a little bit more careful, but in general they do seem to care a lot about balancing. And with some like Jamie and Manon, they wanna make them strong by using their unique system. So in general, I like the direction of the patches, right? I do think it's good. But still, like I said, I do feel like there is a lack of excitement, right? And I do think there are two main reasons for this. The first one, which is kind of obvious, is the lack of content and the lack of like updates. And you can really see it, right? This is the teaser trailer for Mai. Mai is the upcoming character for Street Fighter 6, right? And take a look at this. This teaser got 5.1 million views. Now, maybe a big part of this is like, as the kids say it, like gooners, like the thirst trapping, maybe, obviously, but these are huge numbers. Like 5 million views for your upcoming like next teaser means that people are hungry for content. People are hungry for like costumes, characters, and all of that. And all of that can like motivate you and keep you going to play the game. And I do think they are doing better on patches. But when it comes to like character rollout, skins, and all of that, and I talked about this in depth prior, I do think they are kind of like they're kind of a step behind. I think they could be doing a bit better job, and something that I want to see them improve on, especially with the coming years, right? Because Street Fighter 6 is doing great. I think it's here to stay for a long while. Maybe also there is a fact that yes, like we just got a balance patch, but also it's the holidays. A lot of people are getting new games. Marvel Rivals is doing a lot of work these days. Although I'm starting to see people kind of get tired of it. At least me personally. Like, I don't want to make this about Marvel Rivals, but like every game people like insta-lock DBS and they don't know what they're doing. Anyways, I don't want to get sidetracked. But yeah. People are excited for Mai, right? People are excited for new stuff. But I also think a big part of the current state of Street Fighter 6 is the ranking system, right? And this is a tweet by Cat Kami, absolutely fantastic work. And they pretty much like is showing you the distribution of players, and these are the active players, like people who are actually playing the game. And we can see that from the active players, the vast majority is kind of exaggerating, but the majority, the highest group of active players are masters. And from these masters, unranked players, and these are active players, meaning that these are players who got master rank, but they didn't play anymore. And you would expect like the 15 to 1600 or maybe like 14, 15, like these groups to be the like the most like the highest number of players, but no, it's players who get master and stop. And it's kind of surprising to me for them to be that high. So people are these players are still playing the game. Like they got masters, they're probably playing like Battle Lounge, maybe playing casuals with their friends, but they're not like actively competing in the ranking MR system. And MR in general is something that it's kind of like a contentious point when it comes to the game. I personally don't mind the harsh point system. I know that a lot of people are like, I lose a set or I win the set and I still lose MR. I think that's fine. The thing about this system is that it's really a lot about like your condition and your state at that time, other than like this is like you're a 1600 MR player, and like as if that is a definite skill bracket, right? And it's so volatile and it can switch like super easily as well. Like for now, right? For now, I got 1760 on Terry, right? This is in this MR phase. But take a look at my numbers, right? So this is let's turn it to rank matches. And I got like what? Like 121 battles with Terry? That is like 60 sets, like give or take. We're talking about like 60 sets, 76% win rate. So I am doing well, I'm winning a lot with him, but it's like that's 120 sets. or like that's 60 sets, 120 games. That's like a couple of hours, and for good players like you, they can make it to legend within hours, right? Remember during the Street Fighter 5, people would make like 24-hour streams just to like get a character into master or grandmaster. A good player in Street Fighter 6, like I got like a 70% win rate, 120 games, and Terry is at 1760. So and I started with him master this phase. I got him to master in the prior one. So like it doesn't take a large number of games. And here's the thing. Say that you're fighting someone on your skill level. Let's actually make it into like a notepad, because I know so many people care about rank, but say that you're like at like 1500, right? This is where you start, and you're fighting players who are at your skill level. So you get like 7 games, 7 points per win. I think 7 or 8. Something along these lines. So like 10 wins, that will be like basically like 70 points. So like if we're talking like 1500 to 1600 SF, that is like a big like skill gap. So you probably need to win about say like 14 or so matches. Say it's like 15 wins. That's like, I don't know, like probably like within 10-12 sets you're already at 1600. Like 10 sets, 12 sets or so, you will be at 1600, right? So it doesn't really take like that much time for it to swing. You see what I'm saying? Like at least during Street Fighter 5 days, if you were like Diamond, you would be at 2k, but at 20k I think, and like Super Diamond was like 25k, and the win gave you like a 50, so you need to win like 100 matches. It was like a big skill gap. It was like an effort, like you had to grind this for hours. Here it really is like a couple of hours of gameplay. If you're doing well, you're ranking up. If you're not, it's going down. I get that like there is a sense of pride and people want to say like I'm at 1800, I'm at 1900, but it goes up and down is what I'm trying to say. So don't if you lose it, don't let it get to you. Like it's whatever, right? But here's the thing as well. I am someone who got like 1800 MR with like Manon. I got 1800 with Bison in like prior phase when he came out. But I don't, because it's seasonal and you don't really get that much out of it. There is a part of me who's like, like I don't really care. I know I'm not gonna get like legend, I'm not gonna get like top 500 because that does require a level of commitment. There is a level of commitment that you need to commit to get to the 2k and like legend rank and all of that, and that is undeniable. You need to play daily, you need to play for hours, you need to be dedicated. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do that. Not really. I'm not at the point in my life where that is a viable option. Like, okay, you can see my numbers overall. Like, ever since this game came out, we've been like a year and a half, and I got like 84 hours in rank. That's not really that much. Like the vast majority is practice, and that's because I'm making videos. Custom matches, room matches, that is where I'm mostly spending my time. Because yeah, I don't particularly care that much. I know that I'm not gonna get that 1900 2k. I don't have the time or to commit and to like dump into it to get to that level. So most of my time is just I'm gonna spend it playing sets with people that I like playing, or like high level player, maybe enter the occasional weekly tournament, or like just playing with friends in general. And I don't think, because I love the game, I love the act of just playing the game, that is enough to keep me going. I love these games on a functional mechanical level, but I know that there's a lot of others who just want to have a goal that they can reach. And in many ways, I do think with Street Fighter 6, if your goal is to reach Master, I do think that maybe if you're just like, I don't want to say it's easy, because it is easier than the prior games. I feel like I don't want to say it's easy and like demotivate anyone, but I do think it is more of an attainable goal than it was prior. At least you can get it quicker than you had the means to in the previous generations. And if you're someone who are above that, you are actively playing the MR game, to me there is a bit of it of like why bother? Like even players, because you are just fighting people from your region, it's like you're fighting the same guy, fighting in the same pools. Maybe I just don't see the point of it. Maybe if it reward you with like unlockables, you got stuff out of it, seasonal rewards, that could be something. But as it stands right now, yeah, like I can see why some people wouldn't feel that motivated. I don't know. I feel like I've been rambling a lot, maybe not making much sense, but I just wanted to talk about my thoughts on the game right now. I'm do actively, like year to year, I do like Street Fighter 6 right now more than I ever did. Especially since Terry is amazing and I'm having a blast with him, but I do wanted to share my thoughts with you guys on the game, and I think it doesn't help like the format of the CBT as well, which was something that was really exciting back then. Right now there's also a part of it of like there's so many events, so much that's going on, and I think maybe also because I'm getting older and a part of getting older is losing that hero worship mentality of like, oh, I gotta watch X. That doesn't really happen with me anymore. Feel like I'm rambling so much, but I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. See what are your thoughts on the game right now. What are your thoughts on the ranking system? What are you think of Street Fighter 6 as like an exciting game, an exciting product? Are you still looking forward to costumes and characters like I am? Are you looking forward to Mai? I would love to hear your thoughts about everything I just talked about this rambling weird video. I would love to hear your thoughts about all of it in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.